Los Angeles is a big city. The right hand might not know what the left hand is doing. I say that because something could be happening in one part of the city that is totally unknown or unaffecting the other side of the city. That is, at least until people turn on the news or check it on their social media, that they'll find out that something is happening on the other side of town. Let me show you. So for instance, yesterday there was a huge riot, basically.
A CHP presence on the on-ramps and the...
Let me mute this, but there's a huge protesting ICE and Homeland Security, arresting people, and it started out peaceful enough, and see there's all these CHP cars there. They're stuck on the southbound side, I think it's southbound, or northbound. Anyways, chaos ensued, or just anarchy, basically. And it happened before, like during COVID. There would be protests, and behind the protests there would be people who would use that as an opportunity to loot and just create mayhem, destroy things. It was just terrible. So this is downtown, and I live in LA. I'm actually in the San Fernando Valley, which is about a 30-minute drive without traffic to this area. And where I live, nothing was going on. There might have been protests here and there, like smaller ones throughout the city. I don't think there were. If there were, it wasn't newsworthy enough, because this was a major event. So looking from the sign here, the right side is southbound, the left side is northbound. So the CHP is stuck there because people are on this is a 101 freeway, and this is I think it's Los Angeles Street, and this is the federal building right here. All right, so I could show you on a map. So see, this is it. You've got this weird kind of covering here that is right here, and so this building right here is the federal building. So you see USCIS LA, but federal building right here. But anyways, this is where all the activity was happening. Now if I zoom out, you'll see, okay, this is downtown, and you'll see way over here. Okay, so we're facing south, and we're basically south and a little bit west. If I make it north, so downtown is like about here. Here's the ocean, and so you'll see it's very big. I live over here somewhere, and so people are way over here, Santa Monica, Marina Del Rey, Malibu. Unless they turned on news, they didn't know what was going on. And so it's all happening right here, right downtown. So I want to say this because I know some people have a trip planned into Los Angeles and they canceled their trip. This has happened on 2 occasions for work, where people are coming in to visit, and I was going to meet them, but they decided to cancel. One was because of the Palisades fire. That was pretty widespread, and that was more of a health issue too, just because there was smoke everywhere, and if you were going to the west side, it wasn't a good situation. This one's a little bit different in that it was kind of contained to the downtown area. When there was the BLM and George Floyd protests, those were a little more widespread. There were marches through the streets. And so those protests, which were truly peaceful, they did kind of disrupt in that traffic was, like you saw, people could not drive through because people were on the highway, or the freeway I should say, and CHP was there blocked because of the people. And so if you were passing through either direction, it was going to be either you were not moving at all, or you were slowed down terribly because people were rubbernecking and things like that. Back during COVID and BLM and George Floyd protests, those were really, it's terrible that these people are taking the opportunity to vandalize, loot, steal. It's just terrible. Those guys are not protesting, they're just taking opportunity to be, just evil. So it's terrible. But anyways, the point of this video is that LA is a pretty big city. Something might be going on in one area. It doesn't mean the entire city is being affected. I remember when I first moved here, It was the early 90s, and back then there was a lot of gang activity and a lot of drive-by shootings and just shootings in general. That was all kind of, I mean, there were things happening here and there, but I think it was happening more in the South Central area. And of course, you've got Compton, which is kind of synonymous with gangs and such. But if anything, it was kind of happening here. So if you were living up here, you weren't really affected by it too much. I mean, yes, there could be some random, shootings and crimes happening, which they do happen all over the city. No area is really safe from it because, like, people are searching out rich areas to target and so forth. But in general, if you see something happening in the news, it's probably isolated to that one area, and it's not going to affect the entire city. This city is just too big to be affected by it. Well, I hope that was helpful to you. Please click like and subscribe for more content.